Good morning, everybody. I hope you all are doing great. So, today I'm again back with another topic of microeconomics, that is market. We'll be talking about what is market, what are its types, and how many market exists. So, we will know what type of market is around us, with each brand defining itself into a particular category of market. So, let us get started. Just think of a market. Whenever you think of a market, there are three essential components that are part of it. First, if you are going to a market to buy something, just understand this scenario and you will be clear. When you are going to a market to buy something, what is important? You are important because you are the buyer. So a buyer is important. Then you'll buy it from a seller. So seller is also important. And what are you going to buy? The product or the component? So these are the three essential parts of market. There has to be a buyer, there has to be a seller, and there has to be a product that is being traded. So let us look at the definition of market. It is a mechanism or arrangement through which the buyers and sellers of a commodity or service come into contact with one another and complete the act of sale and purchases of their commodity or services on mutually agreed prices. Whenever you go to buy something, you are the buyer, there is a seller, there is a commodity, and you come in contact with each other and you complete the act of buying, and he completes the act of selling on the price which is agreed mutually. Alright, let us look at its types. Market is divided into two parts. One is the perfect competition and another one is the imperfect competition. In imperfect competition, it is again divided into further three more parts. One is monopoly, one is monopolistic, and another one is oligopoly. So we are going to study all of them and look at their features. So coming on with perfect competition. What is perfect competition? See, this type of market does not exist in reality. Only the imperfect competition exists. But since this is the part of the topic, we will just go through it, what it is. It is a market structure where there are large number of buyers and sellers selling identical products at uniform prices with free entry and exit of firms and absence of government control. So what this specifies is, there are many buyers willing to buy that product. There are many sellers who are selling that similar product, and the prices are uniform, and there is free entry and exit of the firms, and there is no government control. For example, you can just take an example of this screwdriver maybe. See, this is a screwdriver. There are many buyers of the same. There are many sellers of this. This is a very similar product. There are many sellers. Okay, the prices of this in each shop will be similar. Okay, it is not, and there is free entry and exit. Whoever wants to start selling this, they can, and there is no government control. But this type of market structure really doesn't exist. Okay, this is just the impractical one, but we are just knowing it for the knowledge, but in reality this doesn't exist. Okay, so there are buyers and sellers who are selling similar product. I hope this is very much clear. When we'll be doing its features, you will get a clearer picture of it. Then comes the imperfect competition. What is it? It is a competitive market situation where there are many sellers, but they are selling heterogeneous, that is dissimilar goods, as opposed to the perfect competitive market scenario. Over in the perfect one, they are selling homogeneous product, that is similar, but here there are many features that differ from each other in the imperfect competition. So in reality, this is what is the reality. Okay, coming on to the features of perfect competition. What are its features? Very large number of buyers and sellers. Yes, like we studied in the definition also, that there are large number of buyers and sellers who are selling this product. Second one is homogeneous product. It is a similar product that they are selling. Like I gave you the example of a screwdriver, or you can take an example of a pen. there are many sellers who are selling homogeneous product, that is similar product. There is free entry and exit of firms in the market. There is perfect knowledge, like everybody is aware that this is the rate, we have to sell it at this, and even the buyer is aware that if I want to buy this product, this is the rate. So everybody is having knowledge of the product and everything. Okay, uniform prices. The price is fixed by the industry, and the sellers of perfect competition are price takers. They have to take the price whatever industry is setting for them, and then they can sell it for that only. And there is no selling cost. In this, I know that I can go and buy a pen, just for example. Okay, so there is no selling cost. There is no ad done for that. The selling cost is the part of the industry. Okay. So I hope this perfect competition market is very cleared in your mind. Okay. And just remember, this does not exist in reality. Alright. Coming on to the first part of the imperfect market, that is monopoly market. What is monopoly? Monopoly, I hope you know what is monopoly. Monopoly is that is a single seller. Monopoly is the single seller. Monopoly is that type of market where there is a single seller and large number of buyers. The seller is one and buyers are many. There is absence of close substitute of the product. For this, you can just take an example of railways maybe. Yes, it is owned solely by the government. Okay, the government is the single seller, and there are so many buyers of the product. Alright, but there is no close substitute of the same product. Yes, so you can just keep in mind the railways while talking about the monopoly market. And let us have a look at its features now. Single seller and large number of buyers. Of course, in monopoly market, the government is holding all the rights of the railways. So he is the single seller of that, and the buyers are infinite. Obviously, restrictions on entry of new firms. Of course, it is not made private. It is restricted. Nobody can enter that particular market zone. Absence of close substitute. There is no substitute for railways. Okay. So there is absence of any close substitute. Full control over the price. The government is the price maker. The government will be deciding what will be the price. So in monopoly market, the control is over on the firm. So they are the price maker. Whatever price they will be deciding, that has to be taken by the buyers. Okay. Price discrimination. See, there is imperfect level of knowledge in the people about what the price should be, or what is the price, what is the costing. So we are not aware about it. So whatever price they will be giving us, we have to take on to their price. They can even change the prices. So we have got no involvement in any of the rights in deciding on the prices, like in the perfect one where it is a mutually agreed price. Here we have to be the price takers. Okay, the buyers have to be the price takers. All right. And informative selling cost. See, talking about selling cost, what do you think? Will monopoly market have any type of selling cost? No, not really. There is no selling cost on selling their product, but there is informative selling cost. That is, if they want to provide any information regarding the same, then in order to spread that information, the cost that is incurred, that is the selling cost. Okay, that is not the marketing cost, that is the informative selling cost. Are you all clear with monopoly market? So whenever you hear monopoly market, you have to just keep in mind there is a single seller, and whenever that comes to your mind, you can just keep in mind the example of railways. So it will be quite clear. Okay. Coming on to the next type of market, that is monopolistic competition. It is that type of market in which there are large number of buyers and sellers. Okay, the sellers sell differentiated product but not identical. See, in the perfect one, we studied that there are many buyers and sellers. Here also there are large number of buyers and sellers, but over there they were selling similar products Here they are selling differentiated products, maybe differentiated on basis of some of its features. The products are not identical over here, and the products are close substitute of each other. You can just take example of hair oil, maybe toothpaste. So they are just differentiated on brand and some features into it, but they give the same they are giving us the same type of services. Okay, so they are very much having close substitutes of theirs. All right, let us have a look at its features. There are large number of buyers and sellers. Of course, in a monopolistic, there are, as we just studied, there are many brands who are selling the similar products, not identical. They are differentiated based on their features. Okay, so there are many buyers. Product differentiation. The product of each firm is differentiated from other on the basis of maybe color, taste, packing, trademark, size and shape. Okay, what is the selling cost? Here the selling cost is very high because you have to promote your brand. So cost of advertisement and sales promotion. So this cost is very much high in the monopolistic competition, because you have to let the buyers know that why they should buy your product over your competitor's product. So they should be aware that what is the feature that you're giving in, so that they should buy your product. So for that you have to do lots of advertisement and sales promotion. Free entry and exit. Of course, anybody can enter the firm and start doing the same. Lack of perfect knowledge. Of course, individuals are not very much aware of what is it, what are the ingredients and what is going to be the cost. So the price is decided partially by them. Partial control over the price. See, why partial control? Because there are many sellers doing the same. If they'll decide on to a very high price and their competitors are selling at a slight lower price, then it is difficult for them to prove why there is differentiated in the price. What is the differentiation based on? So for that they have a partial control over the price, but they do not have a full control over the price. I hope you are very much clear with this monopolistic competition also. You can just keep the examples of hair oil or toothpaste in your mind. Okay, there are many identical products. Sometimes we are bringing this brand, sometimes we are trying on to other brand. So they all are a part of monopolistic competition. Coming on to the next and last type of market, that is oligopoly competition. It is a market structure in which a market or an industry is dominated by a small number of large sellers or producers. Means there are few sellers, but they are very large sellers. Means the scale of their selling is very large. So there are small number of large sellers in oligopoly market, and hence it is dominated by them. Okay. There are two types of oligopoly. One is collusive oligopoly and non-collusive oligopoly. In the collusive, it's that form of oligopoly in which all the firms decide to avoid competition and determine the prices and quantity of output on basis of cooperative behavior. For example, you can take an example of cold drinks in this. Okay, there are a few brands like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Fanta, Thumbs Up. Okay, they are selling almost similar products, but it is differentiated on features obviously, but they are dominated by large sellers. Okay, there are very few brands for the same, but those brands are very large. Okay, so suppose if they'll sell it at different prices, there is not much differentiation in that product. Only the taste differentiation, packing differentiation is there, but not a very wide differentiation. So it is better for them to follow collusive oligopoly, and this is what is followed in reality. Okay, they come together, there is an organization, and then they, in order to avoid that competition over the price, they sit together and decide the price, what should be the price, what should be the quantity of output on the basis of their cooperative behavior. And non-collusive oligopoly is that form of oligopoly in which all the firms determine the prices and quantity of output according to the action and reaction of rival firms. Okay, so this is not in reality, this is not possible that once you will decide a price, then somebody else comes in and competes with you and starts selling at lower price, then someone else comes and sells it at a lower price. So that is not what it should be like. Coming on to its features, what are the features of this? So there are few sellers, yes, there are few in numbers, but those sellers are large. Okay, all the firms produce homogeneous or differentiated product. See, it can be perfect pure oligopoly. They can sell similar products, like I gave you the example of cold drinks. They are quite similar. Or it can be imperfect or differentiated oligopoly. The products can be very much heterogeneous as well. Entry and exit restrictions. Of course, there is a restrictions. These restrictions are maybe due to the licensing, due to the government norms. So there is a lot of entry and not lot of entry and exit restriction, but there is a lot of formalities required for these process. So with that comes in few restrictions. Okay, all the firms are interdependent in respect of price determination. Like I explained you, the collusive oligopoly, so they are dependent on each other in order to decide the price, so that everybody can capture the market easily. Okay, high selling cost. Of course, they need to advertise their product. Like in the monopolistic one, they have to describe why their product is different from others' product and why their product should be chosen over the others' product. So for that, they need to provide the very high selling cost on advertisements. And in comes imperfect level of knowledge. There is lack of knowledge in the buyers and sellers. So whatever price the sellers will be setting for them, they are deciding in the collusive oligopoly. We have to be the buyers have to be the price takers, because we are not having a complete knowledge over the product. I hope these market types are very much clear to you all. So just briefing up all. Market is divided into two parts, that is perfect competition, imperfect one. Imperfect one is again furthermore divided into three parts, that is monopoly, monopolistic and oligopoly. We discussed all about it and its features. I hope it is very much clear to you all. The perfect competition does not exist in reality. In reality, the market that we are in our day-to-day life is the imperfect competition, that is monopoly, monopolistic and oligopoly. In order to know more, in order to have a brief knowledge in microeconomics, you can join my course and take away a great knowledge with you. Thank you for watching my video. Have a great day. Goodbye.